like we said to start the show, the Olympics are here. They've started the exhibition games for the USA. I wonder. I want to get your thoughts on what were some of your thoughts after some of those games? Are you a little are you worried about the USA not being able to win gold? Are you worried about the competition level rising? I know you had some statements about some guys making some comments. I don't know if you want to get into that right now, but I mean, what is your hand with it with USA basketball?
I I don't know, like, 'cause, I do think the as we see in the NBA, I do think the international competition is rising. I'm not saying that we can't be dominant, but um, it'll be tougher to get to that range than it was like in 2008, 2012, and even the Dream Team. Like it'll be tough. Um, Joel Embiid did say that a lot of these guys are older, so the competition is more balanced, compared to a 2008 and 2012. And I don't know, I'm more concerned that they don't play their best basketball, then they won't win gold. LeBron James had to carry them. I guess like two of those expedition games. He was like hitting game winning layups. Um,
Yeah.
I just feel like they haven't played their best yet. And now that the games are here, they really have to kind of step it up and play USA basketball. I think a lot of the pressure has to be off LeBron. A lot of these like younger guys who's on the team, like a Jason Tatum, Anthony Edwards, Tyrese Halliburton, those guys kind of have to step up a little bit more to ease the pressure off LeBron and Steph and even AD, your boy AD. You know what I'm saying? But um, I'm not really concerned about them not winning gold. I'm just concerned them not playing their best basketball because we know what USA basketball is.
Yeah, I think the standard is so high in America
Mhm.
for what they want it to look like. We want utter domination. That's what people really want to see. They want to see utter domination. They want to see nobody look like they belong on the court with this team. And mind you, these were exhibition games, and we may see a different team when it starts to become a bit, when the pressure rises. I mean, I think the one thing I have taken away from all of this is that LeBron is God. He's still a top five player in the league, bro.
Mhm.
Like he's like like legitimately, this damn near 40-year-old man is a top five player in the NBA, dog. Like I'm watching him amongst America's best. He's at least the best American player still in the game. Like if nothing else, he's the best American we have. Because how is it that there's Steph Curry, Devin Booker, Jason Tatum, Anthony Edwards, all these guys, Kevin Durant, all of these guys are on the court with you at the same time, and everybody still looks to him to still
Mhm.
be the guy. I, I mean, bro, heavy as the head that wears the crown, bro. He's still very much the king of this here.
Yeah.
I'm happy to still see him playing as well at this age.
Mhm.
That's
Mhm.
probably like the happiest thing. That's probably the happiest thing I have about it. The world is catching up though. See,
Yeah.
truthfully, honestly, the world is catching up. We're not far away from it being tit for tat. I don't believe. I don't believe we're that far away
Mind
from
you,
it being tit for tat.
Cuz is hitting 40 December 30th. Let's not forget about that. Cuz is 39 and he's still considered to be the guy to, lead this team. And a lot of this can come off experience. He hasn't played since 2012. That was his last Olympics. And a
Yeah.
lot of people are like, "Oh, he's coming in and maybe this could be it." You know what I'm saying? Maybe this could be it for him if he does win gold. But um like you said, you have a team full of superstars where, especially with KD and Steph and even D Book, Anthony Edwards as a late, these guys can come in and take over games. I think it's more of a defensive efficiency for them. You know what I'm saying? Because they have so many talented offensive players. They feel like they can run up the score. Where that defense has to make that presence in order for you to convert offensively. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I think South Sudan, saying that was they won by one in that exhibition game. Shout out to them boys too, man. Like shout out to Roy Ivy getting them boys right too, man. But you you have to be able to be a cohesive group, and I know it does test a lot of adversity when you're down. But that's not USA basketball. Like I said, we want to dominate, man. We got to dominate from the tip off to the last buzzer, and and I do kind of agree a little bit with Joel Embiid, not in terms of like the old part, because everybody get old, whatever. But I do feel like the competition is rising in international. You can't take that for granted if you're the USA.
No, absolutely not. It's definitely not where we can just, let's say, you can't just roll anybody out there and win gold anymore. It needs to
Mhm.
be your best. And a part of me is very worried about the next generation of hoopers, like who's like the
Mhm.
guys that are supposed to to take the mantle of USA basketball next. Fam, can y'all apply the pressure to be dominant? You know what I'm saying, in the sport, and do what's been done before you, and like you said, be the best in the world. Um,
Mhm.
I mean, obviously, we still have a lot of great young talented hoopers. Like like I'm excited to see if we ever see John Morant on a USA basketball team. Do we ever see Zion Williamson on the USA basketball team? What does that look like if you put those two on the court at the same time? Like, I'm excited about a lot. There's a lot of guys that I'm excited about, but I am starting to get a bit worried, a bit perturbed. Like, hey, hold up, man. Like,
But could it also be like coaching as well? Because like throughout our lifetime, we've had Coach K, and
yes,
the discipline that he's instilled, like with those NBA players as well as his college players, that doesn't change. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? That doesn't like it was a joy watching that documentary of him implementing the same philosophy to a Kobe Bryant that he would do to a Christian Laettner. You know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy. And it's
yeah,
like, yo, and they came up gold twice. So I mean I think it's a lot of people, a lot of pressure is on Steve Kerr as well. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I mean, especially with him being one of the best coaches in the last like 10 years or so and having one of the best shooters, that kind of tells you that can you discipline
Bro,
these talented superstars?
honestly,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, here's the thing, right? Maybe the guy to call is Dan Hurley. Like maybe for what we're at, not for like not for
oh,
real. Not
big man,
hear me out. Hear
big
me
man.
out. Maybe for
All right.
what we're asking for with USA basketball, being an NBA coach doesn't benefit this, because what we're asking guys
Mm-hmm.
to do is take lesser roles than what you would have on your professional team. Hey, do this for the team. Take on a role for the team that will help us win. Mind you, these are guys that make $100 million a year. You know what I'm saying? It's like, understand who you're asking, but I think a guy that would probably understand that more is a great college coach, maybe compared to a great NBA coach, and that's maybe what
Mm-hmm.
Coach K is one of the greatest coaches of all time in basketball. Let's be clear. But I do think him being a college coach and understanding what it takes for guys to be great players in college, especially if you remember all the years at Duke that weren't the one and dones. Like when you remember
Mm-hmm.
all of those, you start going through all of those guys that played and had successful careers at Duke. Like think about what you're having to ask those guys to do, and that's what you have to apply, and it has to be respected. And I think people say what you will. I think people who maybe don't respect Kerr as a coach in terms of a strategist as much as
Mm-hmm.
maybe you respect the Coach K. And Hurley, I think doing what he's done in the college space and being able to now seemingly dominate. I gotta think that if by the time we get to the next Olympics in what 2028, if Dan
2028,
Hurley
yeah.
is sitting on, let's say, 4 championships total, he's got two. Let's say he's sitting on four. You don't think he probably gets the call?
Oh, he gonna get the call.
You know
He
what I'm
gonna
saying?
get
You
the
don't think he
call.
probably get the call? Because didn't Popovich do?
Man.
Then was Popovich the coach of the 2020 squad?
I
Or
think
was it?
Greg was 20. I think he was. No, I think that was I think he was 2016. Cause uh hold on.
Yeah, we can
2020
Google that right
USA
now.
best. Mm, it was indeed Greg Pop. Yep, you're right, Greg. They won gold
Right,
that year. Yeah, yep, they
right.
did.
But even that group struggled. That
Mm-hmm.
group, that's where it really started from. I think a lot of it, like a lot of murmurs are like, man, maybe we got to start sending the best guys again. Like the struggle started in 2020 with the 2020 group. Steve Kerr hasn't helped mitigate that in terms of like how it looks when we see these teams play. maybe you have to go holler at Dan Hurley, bro. I just, it's just merely a suggestion. Like, I'm not the basketball guy, so y'all boys, look, man, leave me be. You know what I'm saying? When y'all get in the comments, cause I know how rough it get with some of y'all boys. But